What's up, everybody? This is DC with Blackroom Productions, www.blackroomproductions.com. Come check out some of my music. Today's video, I want to talk about how to use the quantize value function here in Studio One 3 Pro. A friend of mine by the name of B-Level sent me a track. He was having some issues with some timing. I think he's since fixed a lot of those issues. But I wanted to put a video out there because I think a lot of folks may have some questions about how to use the quantize value function here in Studio One 3. As you can see here are the values: 1 1, 1 2, 1 4th, 1 8th, 1 16th, and so forth. And then when you start looking at some more complex type of quantized values, you have some swing values here, percentages, and some triplets, things of that nature. So I won't get into all that, but what I want to do is just trying to play his track, creative track that he put together. He had a lot of instruments on his track, as you can see here on the screen. One of the things I do want to point out, I'm sure he probably already knows it by now, but as you can see here, the VST that he's using, it shows up here in the actual MIDI file. If you actually change the name of the track first and before you record, for example, kick here, it would actually show up over here. And it looks like he's done that. If I go down here, it looks like he's done that with the melody. And that's kind of, he's done it with the bass as well. So he obviously knows how to do it. But just a little quick tip. But let's talk about quantize. So let's listen to the track first, and then we're going to open the edit function in the MIDI files and just kind of move some things around, and I'll show you how to use quantize or just manually move things. So let's play the track first. All right, so he looped it there. Everything seems to be in time. Pretty creative track. The only thing I can tell right off the bat is the bass. It's going to be a little off. But before I do anything, I see that he has these tracks broken up into 4 measures. And I want to kind of clean this up a little bit so I can do the whole track at the same time. So I'm just going to click here. As you can see here, he's done 4/4. He started out with a 4 measure. Looks like loop, and then he just copied it over. So what I'll do is I'm going to just highlight one, highlight the other, hold the shift key down, highlight the other one, and then hit Control or just hit G, and it actually merges them together. It makes things a lot easier when you're getting ready, if you're going to quantize the whole track. So let me go through there. I know there's a faster way of doing this, but let me get that knocked out real quick. So I might not even have to do all these tracks. So I might be doing this for naught. But bear with me for just a second here while I get this knocked out. And I'm sure if I just highlight them all, I might be able to get them all merged. But I'll try that on the next one here. And I think that does it. Oh, here's one more down here. This is the whistle. And just hit the letter G. All right, so the one I noticed right away was the bass. So I'm going to go ahead and just double click on the bass track and see what we have here. All right, so let's play the track, and I can see exactly what's going on. That's pretty simple. You just this one little beat right here is off. So if I can actually just change this, I'm going to change my quantization here to 1/8, and I'm just going to right click on that track and hit quantize. And it brings, as you notice, this track right here. Let me hit the Control Z so I can go back. Right here, all it did is just move this one beat over, just one smidgen. So let's do it again. Quantize. As you can see, it moved it right over. So let's play it again and see what we got. That's simple. All right. So let's check out some of the other sounds. It sounds like he has a lot of feels and effects going on. Let's take a look at the whistles next and see what we have here. All right. All right, that's good. Background to see the other one starts a little late. I mean, that sounds okay. He can actually use that because, it's not completely off. But I want to look at this right here, and I'm going to, if you can see, it's just slightly off. I'll spread this out a little bit here so you can see. See, it's just slightly off the note here. I can actually move that manually, or I can go back up to my quantize, and I'm afraid if I use 1/8, it may not do it the right way. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to move it manually. Just grab it, slide it over, and there you go. Let's see how it sounds here real quick. Yeah, that sounds really good. It just started right on the beat that time. So I'll leave it as is at that point. So these other two notes here toward the end, though. Let me see how it look. Let me take a quicker look at this. Sorry about that. I don't want to make this a really long video, but I just want to point out some things. I mean, I'm actually going to leave that in there because, this last note I would change. Let me just crunch it down here so I can actually play it one more time. I'm actually going to move it over. I can actually move it while it's playing. I'll move it back to the wah. All right, based on this right here, I'm going to move this over as well. All right, so we're going to leave that alone. And let's look at the bells and see what we have with the bells. Everything looks okay here. Actually, this one right here is a little off. Let's play that. As you can see here, if I can show you the grid right here. He could have done that on purpose, but let's play it and see how it sounds. I couldn't really hear that. Let's solo that real quick. Yeah. We want to change that. So I'm going to change this to the quantization to 1/16, and I'm going to see if that actually moves anything. There we go. You see I moved it over just a little bit. Let's just play it again and see how it sounds. Yep, there we go. That fixed that. Tighten that up real quick. All right, let's keep going. See what we have here. This is an effect here. Let's see what we got. This looks to be on point. Let's solo this out real quick. That's good. On point. On point. Next track. This is the chords. This should be interesting. Let me look at these. Let's listen to the whole thing on this one. All right, so there's a lot going on there. This little middle note was off. Let's play that again. Let's move that over. See how it sounds. I guess you could do that. Let me move it back up a little further here. Yep, there you go. I mean, it wasn't subtle. It's subtle. A reason why I moved it up because I'm looking at what he did over here on this side. I don't want to really change the context of what he's actually doing. I just want to just fix the timing issue. So I don't want to change his creativity. All right, so let's move on to the next track. And here's some other chords. Let's solo this. I kind of like that. It's pretty cool. That's pretty good. All on time. Next track. By just looking at this track, I can tell that it's on time because it looks like it's on all the numbers here. So pretty simple. Okay. All right. We already fixed the bass. Let's look at this melody. Okay, let's solo that because I think there's a lot going on here. So let's make sure we got it on time. Pretty creative. All right, so there we just slightly off right here. I'm gonna, as you can see, I'm gonna spread this off. Spread that out just a little bit. See how it's not really touching the bar here? So all I'm gonna do, instead of changing how the melody sounds, I'm just gonna move this up to the bar. Right to the 6/4 bar here, as you can see. So let's see how that sounds. That sounded just a little bit off right here to me. Nope, we'll leave that there. As I said again, I don't want to change the structure of the song. I mean, he knows what he wanted on that song. So, all right, let's listen to this one here. Another melody on top of that. It's not bad, a little bit crushing effect going there. What do we have here? These look to be on time. I'm not even going to listen to them. All right, we have a hand clap. Let's see how these sound. Sounds good to me. Let's see what this snare is doing. Yeah, I've listened to some of Bruce's stuff, B-level stuff before, and he looks like he's done a lot of work. So this is good stuff. Everything else is on time. So if you listen to it, it sounds good. So that's pretty much it. I just want to kind of demonstrate just a little bit of things that I do. I'll use the quantization values here if there's a lot of beats and things going on. If not, I'll just kind of really look at the actual track, expand it by just opening it up and just looking and see how close it is to the bars based on your quantized value. Now the bars change, and I want to make a point here. As you go up in value, the bars change, so there's more options for you to actually use in between the bars. And when you start writing in some of your beats using the write function here or the paint tool, you'll have a lot more little bitty bars in between as you go up to 1/32 or 1/64. But thanks, Bruce, or B-Levels, for sending this out to me. I appreciate it. Keep on working, man. You're coming along just fine. DC Blackroom Productions, we're out of here.